Let's move on to another trade rumor involving the Dodgers, and this one is again back to pitching, which is what they are in the market for. And if there's one certainty this offseason, it's that the White Sox appear to be in going into full rebuild mode. Their GM openly came out and said that they're going to listen to any of their players, for offers on any other players. And according to Bob Nightingale, the Dodgers and White Sox have discussed Dylan Cease trade. Ron, you've watched a lot of American League baseball. How impactful would he be for the Dodgers?
Yeah, I mean, if they can land him, I mean, I think I was looking at the numbers before we went on here. He's going into his 6th year, final arbitration year. He just came off of what I think is arguably his worst year since his rookie season, and he's still a very good pitcher. Like his worst season as a pro was, I have the numbers here. Was a 4.5 ERA with a 3.7 FIP, a 3.7 FIP. Like, that's not that bad for your worst season ever. He's a very good, very stable pitcher. I think the Dodgers obviously need to add just some depth, some comfortable starting pitching, guys that they know are going to go out there and not no throwaway games. Last season, the Dodgers had just way too many throwaway games when it comes to their starting pitching. And I think Dylan Cease, regardless of anything else the Dodgers do, I think Dylan Cease is a guy that probably should be on the list of things you want to get done regardless, because he is just that guy that has been very stable over the past 4 seasons.
You mentioned the Dodgers had some throwaway games this last season. I can't imagine who you may be referencing.
Yeah, no, I'm not referencing anyone in particular. Not any guy with a super long last name.
Maybe pitched for the Angels at some point.
Maybe Nordic of some kind.
Yeah, we weren't talking about Lance Lynn.
Oh, sorry. My point exactly. You had multiple options when I said that, which has not been true of almost any Dodger team the last 10 years.
Blake, where do you think a Dylan Cease trade ranks on the Dodgers list of preferred scenarios this winter?
Maybe mid-tier. He does have 2 years of control, so I think Ron said 1. So I just.
Oh, is it 2? Is it 2?
Yeah, he has 2 more years of ARB.
Okay, was he a super?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think he's going to be expensive from that regard. I don't love him that much as a pitcher to go out and give up the cost it's going to get for 2 years of control of him. I think he's a really solid number 2 or an amazing number 3. I think the Dodgers need to go get that ace and then someone else behind him, which sure you could throw Cease into there, but I just don't want to give up the prospects for him really in that kind of sense. He'd probably be better pitching for the Dodgers than he would with the White Sox. I know he had a really low strand rate. His batting average on balls in play was really high, so that would improve with the Dodgers, but he also had his velocity drop and his slider was less effective than it was in his breakout year. So from that perspective, I just don't love trading for him on a down year when those things are kind of backing up that down year as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. So